private live stream. I'm doing that for a few reasons, right? One of the reasons is I'm trying to keep the energy down, okay? And another reason is I'm trying to avoid the distractions within the comment section, okay? So I'm not the best yet at knowing how to cut off my comments while I'm live, so I'm doing it like this for now. All right. But I noticed yesterday during that late live that I did last night, I had a few family, a whole lot of you all that is very concerned about this baby Nazaya Harris. I did do a couple of reads on her family, and it is posted, right? I want you all to keep in mind everything that I speak about going forward is allegedly, right? And I have to say that for many of reasons. We all know that. But when we do this type of work, right? Me as a messenger, family, when we do this type of work, family, this is on a spiritual level. So we see things that people try to hide and deceive us about because spirits see everything. Our ancestors see everything, family. So we can't hide anything from the spiritual realm. So when I'm tapping into energy, that's on a spiritual level, right, family? So I just want to make that clear. Today, right, I got up this morning with this baby heavily on my mind. I did do a few scries over this baby, and I could not make out all the words that was coming through, right? So I'm still waiting for clarity regarding some things. So just bear with me, family. I'm praying that they do find this baby, right? No matter what kind of condition this baby may be in, but to bring closure to those who love her, that's important. Another thing that I want to say is one thing stood out to me. I'm going to say actually two things stood out to me in the scribe. First of all, um I could not get the name of the street or the town or the area, right? And ancestors kept trying to help me. They was making it bolder, smaller, like they were shifting the letters all type of ways so I could be able to see it, and I still could not see, right? It was like a blur or something. But one thing that stuck out to me, it said street something, right? And then it followed these numbers 568, right? So this could be a building number, right? A number to something. I have been looking at that. Another thing is right across the scribe family, I did see some tracks. Okay, I did see some tracks go right across my scribe. So I know that you was in an area that had tracks there. Another thing that stood out was I kept seeing all these people, right? In the scribe that kind of it remind me of dead souls, right? When I see dead people. Um, I'm looking at this. This could be some kind of cemetery there. Okay, this could be some kind of cemetery or morgue over there because it was heavily with this energy. So I'm looking at a place that have those features right there in that area. Okay, family. Definitely a swampy area too. Like water is near there, right? So I'm gonna leave that there for now for the location because I'm still waiting for clarity into some things. All right, family. I only could tell you all what I could see visually. I can't really make out the letters or the words at this time for every single thing, but I wait for confirmation for some things. All right, family. So I wanted to share that. Another thing is I'm going to try to make this real quick because today I wanted to do something a little different, family. I wanted to do a spiritual spread on a few key people that individuals feel like has been involved or played a key role into what has happened to Nazaya Harris. So we're going to look at these folks, all right, family? But before oh, child. My goodness. Gee, but before I look into these key people, I want to look at Nazaya Harris' brother, right? Something interesting. Family was saying that there was a brother that ran away, or left home or something happened with Naziah Harris' brother. I'm not certain what happened with Naziah Harris' brother, but I want to do a quick ancestor spread, just the ancestor spread on Naziah Harris' brother. I don't have his name. If you all know, you can plug it in, right? But I'm going to do a quick spread on him just to see the energy that's going on surrounding him, the energy that's in that home, right? So I can get a kind of idea, feel of what he had to endure or what happened to him, right? Why he may have left, why he may have ran away, why he may have got kicked out. I want to just look and see what the ancestors give me revelation into so I can see what he had to endure or what, what's going on in his environment. Right, family? I already know what's going on in Naziah environment, and she dealt with a lot of trauma. I've picked that up already. So let me look into her brother. I don't have the name, but like I said, ancestors already know who Naziah Harris' brother is. Okay, so everything going forward is allegedly, family. This is all on a spiritual level. All right, family. So I asked the ancestors for clarity and insight into Naziah Harris' brother. Right? What happened with Naziah Harris' brother in the home? Right? What was he dealing with in the home? Why did he leave the home, or why did he get kicked out of the home? Naziah Harris' brother. Oh, child. Okay, let's look at this. Okay, so I got to look at Naziah Harris' brother. I'm just doing the ancestor spread. So I have loved ones over here, right? And I got to look at the daughter of the loved ones, whoever the daughter may be. So I got to have this energy is going to be shifting back and forth, right? Here's a psyop. So I got somebody playing mind games. So I have a female in here. It's a loved one. So it's connected to the brother, all right? It's a loved one of the brother. See, I have somebody playing psychological mind games with him, all right, in many ways. So it's a female in here, okay? So this is the daughter of somebody. It's somebody's daughter, all right? But this is what's going on. Let's go a little deeper. Ask the ancestors for clarity into the situation. So here's the victim. So playing psychological mind games, victimizing him in many ways. So he's a victim in here. So this is a lot of envious energy that's coming through here. The answers for clarity. So I have loved ones actually that's victimizing him in many ways, right? Playing mind games with him. So mental things, right? The ancestors for clarity into the situation. All right. So I got the blunt object. The blunt object just tells me, this could be a rip or tear. This is something that happens suddenly. All right. A blunt object, it just happens suddenly. All right. A piercing. See, I have loved ones, right? And I have a blunt object. They're doing some things suddenly, right? Even I have to look at an object. You understand? See, here's a partner and here's gestures, right? Signaling, waving, doing things like this, right? Is a partner connected to this daughter that I got to look deeper into, all right? Playing psychological mind games, right? Being physical in here. So you could be doing gestures. You could be taunting someone, okay? When the gestures come out, you could be taunting. You could be signaling. You can be waving, running, okay? Things like that go on, right? I got physical movement going on in here when the gestures come out. So I have somebody in here is the partner to this daughter, whoever the daughter may be. See, they doing physical things, but it's a psyop back here. So they making them believe or feel like I'll do this to you, I'll do that to you, right? But they may not physically be doing it, but they'll be threatening them. All right, they'll be using things, right? Using objects. I'll hit you with this, right? But they won't. They don't actually use it on you, but they'll threaten you with it, right? But they'll make you believe that they will use this on you. Okay, so they in there, they taunting you with physical objects. So this is what he had to endure. Okay, he had to endure people, someone. Take a deeper look at this partner and this daughter. So, and I got to look at the daughter herself, right? Take a look at this. All right, so this makes you a victim. If somebody is bullying you, if they taunting you, if they threatening you, you become a victim. You're being victimized in many ways, all right? So he's been a victim by loved ones and the loved one partner. You understand what's going on in here, family? Somebody's threatening to get physical with him, right? Using objects and different things like this. And playing psychological mind games with him. All right? Let's look at the victim. Clarity into the victim. I should have moved this scribe because this is a distraction over here right now. There's a runaway. What do you know here? All right, family. Let's just look at this for a second, right? So he was victimized, right? So he ran away. He left. He ran away. The baby ran away because he was being victimized, right? Take a deeper look into who this partner and his daughter is, right? And who was doing these gestures to him, right? And playing psychological mind games with him. And who had this blunt object? This is a loved one. This is also a partner connected to this loved one. This daughter is also a loved one. You understand? So this is what he had to endure. So this is just on a spiritual level, family, of the things that is going on in his surroundings. All right, family? That's just to see what he had to go through. So just by me seeing what Nazaya had to go through in him, I already got a pretty good idea of how this family is functioning. You understand? And this is on a spiritual level. So folks can say whatever they like, right? When the ancestors bring things to the light, I know it is what it is. You understand? Whether these people want to conceal it, they want to act like they didn't do it, they want to act like they don't know about it. But this is confirmation. Right? All right, family. Let's wrap this up. Right, family? We're still praying for this precious baby, no matter what. All right, family. I'm gonna speed through these because I've been up here already 13 minutes, a little over 13 minutes, family. I'm gonna speed through these things, family, and then you all can put the comments in the comment section, family, regarding whatever else, right? But I think from here, family, I'm going to put this case to rest. This is going to be the last reading on this baby Nazaya Harris for myself, family. I'm gonna lay this case to rest. All I'm doing on now with her is focus on keeping her in prayer, right? So the family, the ones who love her, can receive the justice and closure that they may need by recovering this baby. And in the meantime, I just want to focus on that location. All right. And I know that I'm working on other spiritual private readings. So it's hard for me to keep up, right, with everything in a timely manner. But I am working on her case in the background. Every time I receive revelation into something, I jot it down in my notes where I have a whole bunch of notes regarding her and the things that I'm seeing. And I'm trying to put it together. But hopefully that this baby is recovered before I can even put something together, right? Because we want to bring closure sooner than later, right, family? So the next individual, so I'm doing a spiritual reading on the family. This is what I'm doing right now. I'm doing a spiritual reading right now on the family, all right, as it pertains to Nazaya Harris and her disappearance, Okay, family? This is all what this is about going forward. So right now, the first person that I want to look at is Grandma. Okay? This is all allegedly. I want to look at Grandma Harris. I believe her name is Annette Harris. Ancestors know who the grandma of Nazaya Harris is. Okay? I ask the ancestors to please give me clarity into Grandma Annette Harris in a role that she played in when it comes to Nazaya Harris' disappearance. Nazaya Harris' grandma, Annette Harris. This energy reading is all on Annette Harris solely. Annette Harris solely. And her role in Nazaya Harris' disappearance. Clarity into the situation. Okay. Right now I got to look at the justice, right? Because of the unification and harsh mistreatment, right? So I got to look at some things. The ancestors said, take a deeper look at this reunite. So this is the unification in here, right? So I have to look at this. Let's go ahead. Reveal the messages regarding Annette Harris. Okay. I want you all to look at this. This is Grandma. This is Grandma Harris. Now, here I'm seeing when it comes to Nazaya, you see the justice system and the government official? See, Grandma don't want some things. Here's turning the blind eye to things, right? And this is the actual government officials, right? Here's the justice. Tells me about, yeah, the justice system. Even Nazaya wanting justice in some things, right? See, I want you all to see this. See, you see the government official in this justice? See, turning a blind eye to some things, okay? But not only that, not wanting things to come to the light. Here's the sun. Not wanting things to come to the light because of this unification. So, Grandma kind of don't want some things to get out there, okay? You see the fight? The fight tells me, yes, a physical fight, even a mental fight. So fight and struggle. So it could be a mental thing, it could be a physical thing. Here go the rewards, right? Recognition, achievement in here in this justice. So she's struggling with some things, all right? Grandma in here is struggling with some things, okay? Because she's looking at the achievements that's going to come out of here, right? The rewards, the recognition. So she's having a struggle in here with some things, right? If she brings some things to justice, right? With a reward. So a reward, some kind of reward, a recognition, achievement, okay? Whatever the reward may be. So she's looking at some things that's going to affect her things in here. Here's the trafficking, right? Taking something or someone by will or force. Right? Here's the trust in here. So this is a relationship going on in here, right? Trusting something or someone. Here's the slave. It tells me about harsh mistreatment, okay? So this is secrets that's going on in here. It's telling me, the slave tells me, yes, a labor slave, a sex slave, right? It just tells me harsh mistreatment going on in here. See? Taking someone or something. So Grandma know about some harsh things in this relationship that's forming, or somebody taking someone, all right, in this relationship. So she knows about some things in here, all right? She knows about the reunite, so the unification in here. Look deeper at this unification and the harsh things that's going on in here, right? And why she didn't go to the proper authorities in here. So government officials to receive the justice regarding whatever was going on with Nazaya, okay? Because this is what is going to affect her rewards, right? That's going on in here, whatever the reward may be, okay? Let's go a little deeper. Ask the ancestors for clarity into the situation. Oh, child, that energy is crazy. Okay. Just give me a second, family. That energy is crazy. Oh, my goodness. Okay, let's just get this. Hold on, family, because I got 3 things that flew out. This energy is something else, and I know it, all right? Look at this. Look what flew out the deck. Rape. The accident. Alive. So she knew about the situation. Grandma knew. Here's the harsh. Here's the harsh. Here's the secret. The slave. The harsh mistreatment, right? Sex slave. Labor slave, right? Harsh. See, here's the accident, which tells me about a situation. It could be an accident, yes, if it's something genuine. But this is a situation that tells me when Nazaya was alive, right? Something's happening here. But not only when Nazaya was alive, I got to look at Grandma, because the alive tells me you're aware, you're alert, you're active, right? See, she's aware. She knows about the situation. She aware of this, right? The rape just tells me you rape someone of their assets, resource, right? Even sexual, okay? So you take everything, you strip them of everything when a rape occur. And I have to look at this rape in here because these are unsexual crimes. These are sexual unwanted crimes that's happening, right? So this has happened, a situation that she's aware of regarding this. Ancestors threw this out the deck like boom. You see, Nazaya energy want to come through, family, for a reason. She's saying, Grandma, no. She knew about that, right? She knew about the situation. All right, families, no need to go into that. That was a whole message that come out together, all right? Three cards. That was the ancestor spread. 3 cards come out together, letting us know. All right, let's go for clarity into here. So Grandma's aware of some things, right? She's aware, allegedly. Because you all know I have to say that. Baby. Here's the blessed. Here's the prosperity. Here's the genocide. It lets me know that you're blessed, right? Wherever you may be at as well. So you could be here blessed on this side, on the physical, and you could be blessed on the spiritual. Here's the prosperity in here, right? So I got to look at the genocide. So I got to look at something that somebody was trying to be prosperous about within this genocide, right? It's harsh. The genocide just tells me that I got deaths in here. More than one death, right? So the death could be 2, 3, 4. You can even have done killings before. You can even be a serial killer. But see, I got to look at the genocide in here because it's letting me know that it's more than one death. So not just Nazaya death, but it's another death, right? Or many more deaths. So if Nazaya was pregnant, family, I will get that as a genocide because that's 2 deaths. So it will be a genocide, right? Because you killed more than one person. So this has come out. So you see the government official in the sun, right? It tells me some things coming to the light. It tells me the success in here, the achievement in here as well. It tells me about abundance in here. Here's the prosperity in here and the unification, right? So I got to look at some things. So within the government official, here's the sun, right? Here's the prosperity. The prosperity tells me that you have abundance, right? It could be riches and abundance. So government officials was giving her something, right? In here. Here's the reunite. So I got to look at this grandma getting some kind of money from government officials. So you could be a foster parent in here. You could be doing kinship in here, but you're getting money in here. All right. So this is part of the rewards why she struggled with some things, why she couldn't let some things come to the light now. All right. I'm actually seeing this play out. She don't want some things to come to the light because she doesn't want it to affect her money in here. Okay. All right. Let's go a little further. You see the fight and the struggles with some things with the reward and the bless. Okay. So her blessings. Okay, her blessings going to, see, she's blessed in here with government officials. Grandma is. If she lets some things come to the light, it's going to mess up her blessings. You understand? So she could be stripped of something, right? Her rewards, her recognitions, the achievements that she's been doing. Okay? Now, let's look at here, the trafficking. You see the trafficking? You see the trust in here? This is a relationship. Right? Here, see, the trust. You trust in someone, but they do the genocide. Is harsh in here. All right? So this person who took her, who she trusted, this is what they did in here. Right? It's harsh. All right, let's go a little deeper. And she's aware. Right? Grandma is aware of this. She knew the blessed, the prosperity, and the genocide. So she knew about this. She knew about some things, right? It doesn't matter if she knew beforehand or afterhand. But she knew about it, right? She didn't bring it to the light because of some things. All right, let's go a little deeper. See, ancestor clarity into the messages. Here's the siblings. Here's the stolen. Here's the disagree. Here's the secrets. Here's the talent. And here's the earth element. You see this earth element? That tells me, yeah, you grounded into the earth energies. It tells me the earth elements. It tells me about earthly things, materialistic things, medicine, food, money. You understand? Here's the sun in it, okay? Not only do I got to look at foreign things happening in here, family, but I also got to look at some things regarding what they don't want to come to the surface. You understand? So they don't want some things to come to the surface. And they're about their money in here, okay? That's the prosperity here in the earth element. They also was successful at concealing something in here when it comes to earthly things. So medicine, right? Grounding energies into the earth. So burying someone or something. Okay. Here's the siblings that's in government officials as well. I got to look at the blessings in these siblings. So I got to look at the siblings just tells me I have other children in there, right? So the siblings could be Nazaya's siblings, but the siblings can also be the siblings that says that grandma children. Okay, so I got some children, whether they are adult or children, okay? I have some siblings in here that's also in government officials, and here's some money, right? Coming through for them. Here's some prosperity and the unification, right? So it's going to interfere with some things in here. But then I also have some things, right, that tells me I got to look at some siblings as well, turning a blind eye to some things as well, right? These people see things, say things, know things, but they don't really speak on it, okay? Here's the stolen, right? So here's the fight, a struggle. Something was stolen. The stolen just tells me, yes, something could be stolen or something could be taken away, okay? So she fighting and struggle with some things because she don't want something stolen. So she don't want something taken away when it comes to her rewards. You understand? Here's the secrets behind that. That's the blessing, okay? So she don't want some things to come to the light, to the justice system because of that. Okay? So grandma knows some things, but grandma is more concerned about her rewards, right? Her benefits, things like that, right? Here's a disagreement in here about taking. So grandma is in here having a disagreement about taking something or someone, okay? Also, I got to look at the things that has been taken away from Nazaya as well. Okay. Here's the talent in here in the trust, right? So she having disagreement about the talent. The talent just tells me news, message, and or a birth, right? But these people is talented too. They hold various talents in different areas as well. Here's the talent in this relationship. So this relationship is successful. Okay. They kept a good tight knit relationship. She having a disagreement in here with some things, right? She also having a disagreement with the harsh things in this. So grandma knew some things. She wasn't in agreement with it, but she kept hush hush because of this. So she knew of something, right? She even had a disagreement about taking someone or something in this relationship somewhere. You understand? And about this. So she did some kind of communication in here. Grandma did some kind of communication in here with someone that this baby Nazaya have a relationship with, okay, about some harsh things. So she voiced her concern and disagreement regarding some things, right? Even if she had an idea and knew about this, right? She had a disagreement about some things, but she kept quiet, right? She turned a blind eye. And I got to look at her telling others as well, right? Other people, siblings. So her children turning the blind eye back here to government officials, right? So knowing things, but don't say things, seeing things, hearing things, right? But they don't say it. I got to look at that, right? Okay, we're done with grandma. We already see grandma. Ancestors threw this out clear as day. The accident, the situation regarding this. Grandma was aware of it. So she knew a situation happened. At some point, she knew that. Okay. At some point, she found that out. Okay. At some point, she was made aware of this. At some point, she knew this. She even had a disagreement and talked to somebody regarding this and some harsh things, right? So she brought something to the light of this person. You understand? So they knew. They had a disagreement on even the way somebody was going to do something. You understand? All right. Done with that. Thank you, ancestors. Now, we see on a spiritual level what the ancestors brought out. Okay, let's try to make this fast because I have a few more that I want to look into. Right? So I'm gonna speed through this. All right, now let's look at the Aunt Shannon. Ask the ancestors for clarity into the Aunt Shannon and her role into Nazaya Harris' disappearance. Ask the ancestors for clarity into the Aunt Shannon and her disappearance into Nazaya Harris' disappearance. Everything going forward, family, is allegedly. You all know I gotta say that. But let's look at Shannon, which is the Aunt. See, ancestors. Ooh, child. Let's see what this flew out, okay? Because something flew out. Oh, jeez. It flew all the way. Just flew out the deck. Promises, commitments. So these are promises. Whether the promises is broken or carried out, okay? Whether these promises is broken or carried out. This is setting a realm, family. And I tell you, family, about these people that's on setting a realms, right? They be in relationships with men, family, that being no true commitments to them, right? They like to fool around with women, but they don't really want to be committed. They don't really want to be married. And if they marry you, don't expect to get a full commitment from these people that's on setting around. I done said this before. Also, this is an empowerment realm for women. A lot of these women on this realm have low self-esteem. Okay? So now let's look at the promises, which could be either broken or carried out. Right? Let's put that to the side because that flew out the deck. Ask the ancestors for clarity into Shannon, which is the aunt of Nazaria Harris, and the role that she played in Nazaria Harris' disappearance. Everything is allegedly. Clarity, ancestors into the situation. All right, here's the devil, right? So I got warlock energy coming out on her, right? Here's the runaway. Look deep into this runaway, right? So I got to look at some things. But I got to look at the obsessed. So I got to look at watching. The obsessed tells me, right? Making 40 choices and decisions in here, right? Reckless. You're just being reckless. You could be watching something constantly. But I got to look at the temptation of this, right? Trying to get away from something, right? It's some reckless things going on. Something you may have been watching, right? So let's look at Shannon. Possibly watching something, knowing something, right? It's the ancestors. Reveal the messages regarding the aunt Shannon. Look at the media. The media tells me about communication. Doesn't matter how this is done. The media just tells me, yes, technology. It doesn't matter how this communication is being done. Through Facebook, through messengers, through messages, right? Phone. It just lets me know about communication being done in various ways through technology. Okay, family? So this is the media. Sometimes things could be recorded, right? Sometimes you could be recording things. What kind of things, right? But you see the communication? Here's the sexual. Here's the runaway. So somebody is trying to, I got to look at Nazaria trying to get away from, all right, some things also, right, because of the communication. But I also got to look at Shannon, right, because the spread is about Shannon and Nazaria, right, and her role. See, here this devil here doing some kind of communication, right? She called, Nazaria's calling her devil that she's trying to get away with. And not only that, Shannon views Nazaria as a devil as well. Okay. So I got one viewing one in one way. I got Nazaria viewing her as a devil, but I got Shannon viewing Nazaria as a devil. But I got Nazaria wanting to get away from her. Okay. Ancestors saying that she's reckless. Shannon is reckless. She made 40 choices and decisions when it comes to some things, right? Okay, here's the media, the communication. The communication is sexual. So somebody is in here doing some sexual communication in here, right? Even communication with somebody's sexual partner, right? So Shannon, I got to look at some things with Shannon. You see the government officials and you see the daughter, and here's the devil, the temptation. See, somebody's turning the blind eye to the daughter, okay? I also got to look at government officials with the daughter because of some temptation. The temptation just tell me I got some warlock energy, so I got to look at some sexual things too that's going on in here, right? With someone's daughter. So I got a lot of things that's going on over here. I got government officials. I got to worry about Shannon having government officials getting involved with her because of some things regarding the daughter. And I got to look at some other things going on with Shannon, okay? Some personal things. Now, you see the park, that tells me a park. It tells me about, yes, an actual park. It tells me about recreational things, right? Here's the scream. Here's the quarrels. Here's the obsessed, right? So somebody in here is doing some recreational things in here, all right? I got to look at Shannon knowing about this, right? So she's obsessed with some things in here that she know, and she's having quarrels. So whoever was doing some recreational things, right, with Nazaria, I got to look at Shannon knowing about it, right? but being reckless too. She had some screams, she had some quarrels about whatever was going on here and the reckless things that was going on within the recreation. So I got somebody actually that's saying that they doing some recreational things or doing recreational things with Nazaya, but they're actually in here doing sexual things, right? And other things is going on, right? So they leaving, they're getting away, they doing some things. The communication is explicit in here, right? Could be even some nudity going on in here because it's explicit. I got a lot of this warlock energy going on in here. But see, Shannon knows of it. That's why she's having a lot of quarrels in here. All right? All right, let's go a little deeper. It's the ancestors. For clarity into the situation. Yeah, here's the talk. Here's the communication. You see the gossip, you see the ankh and the fire, right? See, somebody's doing this communication in here, right? The devil is doing this communication, okay, about the path. So where you are going, the path, right? And when you run away, so when you leave, when you get away, it doesn't matter how you're doing this, when you walking away, when you leaving, when you running, right? See, along their path, whenever they get away, okay, they're looking at the aggressive things that's going on in here. So somebody's actually, so I got to look at Shannon having an argument with somebody, okay, about some reckless behavior that somebody is doing, right, with Nazaya whenever they leave it, right? This person is doing some recreational things that is not the best with Nazaya. Shannon knows this. She had quarrels. So I got family quarrels going on behind this, behind the recreation that they are doing that shouldn't be done, okay? They're even talking about the communication in here, right? So they was doing some talk. She was doing some discussion with this devil. So I got Shannon doing some discussion with somebody, right? About the communication that they're doing in here. That's sexual, right? Along Nazaya path. So she had a conversation not only with this devil, right? And also with Nazaya. So here's the government official, right? Here's the daughter and here's the gossip. So I got to look at some things that Shannon is also turning a blind eye to, right? With the daughter in this communication with this devil. So she know that some things was going on as reckless in here, right? She aware of that. She had quarrels. She expressed some things, right? Whether she let this known or come to the light or not, she knew and she talked about it. She expressed this, okay? She expressed some things that she seen. Okay, let's go a little deeper into the messages. Ooh, child, that's too many messages. That's that energy. Oh my goodness. I'll show you all what came out, but that's too many messages that came out. I'm gonna throw them back in the deck, family. That's that energy. That energy is crazy. Right? I'm going to put these back, but I'm going to let you all see what came out. Right? What jumped out the deck. All right. So at home. Right? So at home, I got to look at some things, right? With the quarrels. The situation at home. The friendship, the relationship, the trust. The bond. Right? Ganymede realm. People take advantage of you. Some sexual things. Trash, discarding, so turning the blind eye to some things, even some things being concealed in the trash. The employment, some things going on in the employment. The education, some things going on that she educating herself on. Even the school, because the education is a school as well. So I got to look at that. You can educate yourself on a person, a place, a thing, right? Also, I got to look at the school, scholarships. It tells me about the stutter. Right? Mars energy. These people tell you some things, but they don't tell you all. You understand what's going on in here? So Shannon knew some things, okay? She discussed some things, right? So she may be telling something or partial things to some people, but she knew all about the employment. She knew about some things relating to the school. She knew about this communication in here with this media. So Shannon knew about something. She knew about the recreation that was going on here that was reckless, and somebody was obsessive, was doing this recreation. She knew about some explicit things that's going on in here. You understand? So she knew about some things, right? She expressed this. Not only did she do the communication and express some things to the daughter, right? Not only did she express some things over here with the daughter, but she expressed some things with Nazaya. She expressed some things with this devil in here, right? Who she having the quarrels with. So she talked about some things. All right, let's go a little further. Oh, child. This jumped out the deck. The body. The body just tells me, yes, a body, a soul. This is a soul. This is TV's room. So I got to look at not just Nazaya, but I got to look at the body, right? Okay. Here's the promises in this body. Let's go a little further. That just jumped out the deck. So I got to look at her. She knew about the pregnancy, family. She knew. Look how the ancestors just drew that right there. She knew. She did communication in here. Look how the ancestors just slid that right there, that body. She knew about, she did communication with about this, about the soul, right? Yeah. All right. Thank you, ancestors. It's the ancestors for clarity. Answer the messages. Serpent. Yeah. She even expressed some things. Here's the water element. Not only do I got to look at some emotional things, right? But I got to look at actual water over here. All right. But she's going through some emotional things with a sexual partner. So Shannon is going through some emotional things right here. All right. With her sexual partner regarding her feelings and emotions regarding some sexual things. All right. That has been discussed in here with the serpent energy, right? In this media, so the communication. So she found out some things. It made her emotional, whether she was upset, whatever, but she harboring two energies in here, right? She harboring this serpent energy because of some communication, all right? So something that she found out, all right? Some sexual things, but she expressed some things as well. She holding mixed messages, right? She did the communication with this devil. She did the communication with Nazaya. She holding mixed messages about how she feel about some things along her path as well. So I'm going to take a deeper look at her path, right? Here's the caretaker, right? So Shannon is the caretaker. She turning a blind eye to some things. Also, I got to look at the daughter caretaker. So I got to look at, I got to look at all the caretakers. I got to look at Shannon. I got to look at the caretaker of the daughter. I got to look at grandma now. So I got the caretaker turning a blind eye to some things with this government official, right? And the authorities. So her not wanting the caretaker right here, she don't want the daughter, okay? Which I got to look at Nazaya because it's turning from one daughter to another. It's just somebody's daughter. It's a female. See, she don't want them to go to the authorities and discuss some things about this devil. So Shannon doesn't want her to talk to government officials about some things, right? Regarding this devil here. You know why? She told this baby something, some promises. She made this baby some promises about something. She want to take care of something, right? So, hush, hush, hush. All right. Here's the stolen. The stolen just tells me, yes, it's still a thief to take away. See, I got some things going on here at this park, right? But it's recreational things, right? That I got to look at the success in here and the quarrels, right? So they found out that something went on, right? Somebody took somebody here and did some recreational things, even took other things, okay? They obsessed. Here's aggressive energy that's going on in here, right? But I also got to look at Shannon having some quarrels, right? She don't want some things to come to the light. I got to look at somebody here in a recreational area, also a park-like area, a field-like area, right? I got to also look at this reckless things that's going on in here with this fire, something being burnt along this path, all right? So she discussed something about something being burnt. So she's doing some reckless things in here, right? She discussed something. Shannon discussed something with this devil along the path, right? About getting away from something, doing something reckless, in here and burning something. And I got to look at Shannon herself burning some evidence. Okay. All right. Let's look at the promise. Ancestors' clarity into the promise. They didn't want some things to come to the light. They took it away, right? They took it to this location right here and they burnt it. You understand, family, what's going on in here? Yeah, okay. All right, let's look at the promise. Ancestors' clarity into the promise. Promises and commitments, whether they broken or carried out. Here's the promises. Here's the ancestors. So not only do I got to look at somebody being called, so taken out of here, but I also got to look at the judicial system, right? Somebody made some promises in here regarding the judicial system as well, right? So the ancestors tells me about the judicial system. It's telling me about actual ancestors, so people being called on to the spiritual realm. So she made some promises in here to someone and commitments, right? About some things. Let's go a little deeper into this promise and ancestors. Clarity, ancestors. The clothes, right? So she made a promise and commitment in here to somebody regarding some things regarding the judicial system and something behind some clothes. So they talk and they made a pact, a commitment in here to do something, right? Could be to throw the judicial system off as well, but the clothes could tell me even about a life. You understand? But this is what's going on in here. Now let's look at the body, right? Let's look at the body. Let's look at the promise and commitment, the judicial system in these clothes. All right, let's look at the body. But also, what was being burnt here? All right, let's look at the body. Clarity into the body. This is Nazaya's body. This is the soul, right? Even the babies. I got to look at some things. Clarity. All right, so she's aware. The alive tells me, yes, the body. She's aware. She's alert. Shannon is aware of some things with the body. Okay, let's go a little deeper into this alive and body. Clarity, ancestors. So she's aware, right? This is a relationship. So she's aware of a relationship and the things that's going on over here. She's actually aware of some things, right? First of all, I'm on setting a realm where I tell you people, here's the love, right? The love that people need to have for self as well. Sometimes these women have low self-esteem, or these people have low self-esteem, family. But I'm going to tell you about the body, right? And what she's aware of and the love that's going on inside of there as well. So she's aware of a relationship. Shannon is aware of a relationship. She's aware of some things that's going on with the body. She's aware of the love that she may be carrying inside of her. Excuse me. Which could be this pregnancy in here. But Shannon is aware of some things. She's aware of when Nazaya is not there, right? The recreational things that she's doing, she's there with this sexual partner back there. You understand? So she's aware of this relationship. So she's aware of some things, not only the body, all right, but she's aware of this relationship, all right? She's aware of the interruption that she feels like Nazaya put in her relationship as well, okay? That's what I'm seeing here. So she's aware of some things. She didn't want Nazaya to go to the authorities. She made some promises in here, right, about the judicial system, but she also made a pact in here to do some things, right? She talked about the clothes, so she may have made a promise to get her clothes as well, right? Do some things with for her for clothing. All kind of things is going on in here relating to the clothes, right? All right, I want to just tap into this because I want to see something. What's this obsessed and this fire element, ancestors, of what's going on in here, this reckless behavior? Ancestors, clarity into this reckless behavior about being obsessed with burning some things. Ooh. Ancestor said yes, confirmation. So she was obsessed with burning some things. That's jumped out the deck. Yeah, get rid of evidence. So I got to look at some siblings, right? And I got to look at this fire and obsessed, right? So I got to look at the children and why she was making reckless choices and decisions. And she had an obsession with setting some things on fire, right? Because I got to look at the siblings. I got to look at her thinking about her own children. Because the siblings tell me not only your siblings, but also children. So your children, right? Your siblings, your children. So I got to look at why she did some reckless things on account of her own children. I got to look at. And I got to look at the children, right? Burning some things, being reckless, right? Allowing the kids to burn up things. You understand? You allow the children to burn up things, but the children are children. They don't really know what they burning, and they don't understand that. But you'll get a child to do the things because they won't implement you in it. Oh, they burnt that by accident, but you really wanted them to burn it, right? Get rid of some evidence. Answer said yes, confirmation. Confirmation. She was obsessed with burning some things, all right? So whether she burnt it or she got somebody else to burn it, you understand? Or she got somebody else to burn it. So she took some things away. She was successful at taking some things away, right? And burning it. So they had quarrels in there, okay? Regarding some things coming to the light. So Shannon actually wanted some things. She was reckless in that. She wanted some things to be burnt. You understand? Take it away and burn it. That was the thing. So they're having quarrels in there. They wanted things burnt. Confirmation, ancestors, into the yes. Clarity, into the yes, ancestors. Ooh, child. We're going to leave those out because those wanted to come out. Ancestors just laid that down. We'll turn that over in a minute. Clarity, into the yes. Yes, right? Confirmation. She knew about burning something, burning someone, burning evidence, right? Yes, harsh mistreatment, fire, right? The lion's den. All right, let's see what's going on in here. Negligence. This female is just neglectful. Negligence. Ancestors said confirmation. Neglectful, obsessed, reckless, making 40 choices in a decision. Obsessed with something, right? Constantly watching something, right? So she watched the fire burn and she watched these siblings burn some things as well, right? Or these children burn some things as well, right? It was some quarrels in there of why she wanted some things burnt as well because she didn't want some things to come to the surface. So she took some things away, right? They took it to some area and they burnt it, right? Neglect. So I got her on neglect things, right? Neglectful things. Right? Neglectful things, knowing about some things, keeping quiet, making sure this baby stayed hushed about it because she didn't want some things to get to the authorities, right? So she didn't want this daughter to tell some things to the authorities. She knew about some communication that went on in here. She knew about the body, right? When she was alive, she was alert of this. She knew about the body with this in this relationship. So she knew about Nazaya in this relationship with someone. She knew about some explicit things that was being said. She had the serpent energy in here because the communication that was sexually going on in here that she wanted this baby to stop doing or get away from or whoever to stop doing, right? She knew about the communication with this warlock, okay, in Nazaya. She even had mixed messages about how she feel, mixed feelings about how she felt regarding Nazaya because she held the serpent energy towards Nazaya, right? One minute she may want it to be the good one, but the next minute she may hate it and despise her because of some things, All right. She knew she wanted this caretaker. She was the caretaker that turned the blind eye to some things. And she also wanted other caretakers to turn the blind eye to some things and don't go to the government officials because she didn't want authorities involved, right? She had the children neglectful. She had the children burn up some things that was possibly evidence and something. You understand? Took them and let them burn things up. Children are children, so they don't even know. They don't really comprehend of why they are burning certain things up or what's going on in there, but that's what's going on. So she could have had the small children setting things on fire. But they not understand. They thinking, oh, this is fun. This is a game. But they burning things up. You understand? All right. Now, let's look at King. All right. Let's look at King. King is supposed to be, this flew out. King, illegal drugs, trafficking, perpetrator. I got to look at some things with King. All right. I'm going to put those back. But we're going to look at King. King is supposed to be the co-worker. I asked the ancestors. Oh, child, this is a long live, family. This is over an hour. I've never been giving messages yet, but not to just sit. But I've done a couple of reads within here. All right, we're going to look at King, family. We're going to look at King, and we're going to look at the things that King may have known or participated in when it comes to Nazaya Harris. Okay? Ancestors, clarity into King. Everything going forth is allegedly regarding King. We're going to leave that out. We're going to leave that out. But I asked the ancestors to give me clarity into the situation regarding King and his role when it comes to Nazaya Harris' disappearance. Ask the ancestors for clarity. Oh, child, that came out. I'll get that too. Clarity into the situation when it comes to King and his role into Nazaya Harris' disappearance. Hold on, let me get this that came out. Time flew out. So he knew all about the time of something, right? Timing is everything, right? He could be covering up a time. He could be doing whatever. Let's see this. Thank you. You are very welcome, Nazaya. You are very welcome, ancestors. You're very welcome. We're going to look into King now. King also got something out of this. All right? Whatever they may have given King out of this, King got something out of it. All right? So he know all about the time, the living conditions, and the lifespan. King knows some things. You understand? All right. Thank you, ancestors. So King is not telling everything, right? Here's a stutter. See, these people don't tell you everything. He's foreign. Here's Mars energy to Nazaya, right? So she could know King, but not know King like that, right? But I got to look at the things that he's not telling all about when it comes to the violence and a sacrifice. So King knows some things. He know about some violence. He know about the sacrifice. The violence don't always have to be, right, somebody beating you down, right, or anything like that. The violence could just be a language too, the violent language that you're talking to someone as well. So I want to make that clear, right? So it could be a physical thing. It could be a mental, emotional thing that somebody's in here doing, but he knows. Here's the stutter. So he's stuttering all about the violence and the sacrifice. He's not telling everything. So he'll tell some things, but he ain't telling it all. Okay? Ancestors, reveal the messages. Reveal the messages. Ooh, child. That King, regarding King. Ooh, we'll get that in a minute. Reveal the messages regarding King. I'll get that messages. Here's the animal. So I got to look at the fate and relationship also. Something else flew out. Let me get that before I go further. Uh-oh. King is cleaning some things up. I tell you, King got compensated for something in here. All right, let's go. Somebody compensated King in some kind of way, but King cleaned something up, right? And I got some faded relationships. So off and on relationship. So it's an off and on again relationship with King and Isaiah, right? So they having faded relationships in there, okay? Could be even having faded relationships with the person who's involved, King, but he knows about some things. He know about the time of things. You understand? He know about the time. So all about the timing with King. He know the time frame about some things. He know how repetitive something was too, because he got the time. He knows. He got the thank you in there as well, which means gratitude, right? He received something as well for some things, right, that he may know. All right, so he know. He's not telling everything. Got fading relationships in here, animal-like energy coming on in here, right? I got King cleaning some things up. Look at this. He was successful in doing something evil. So I got King, right? Here's the triumph, right? So he's, not only is he successful, right, at keeping quiet regarding some things, but I got to also look at the success and the evil things that he do know or have done. And I got to look at this violence that he's been keeping quiet about. So he's very good at keeping some things quiet, right? He knows some evil and wicked things, right, at the end, right? And I got to look at some things that he have done, some things he know. Look at the path, right, in the justice system. See, you see his path, King path? Yeah, King path. This is his path, navigating along this path with the justice system, right? He keeping quiet. He don't want to get mixed up. He don't want to get involved with that, right? So he going to tell some things. He ain't going to tell it all, even to the justice system, right? He just hush hush, right, about some things. You see the clothes? He educated himself on some things in the sacrifice. So King knows some things. King know about some clothes. He educated himself on some things, right? And also I got to look at the sacrifice, right, in those clothes. And he educated himself on. So King may have known the clothing someone was wearing, Isaiah was wearing. King know about the sacrifice, right? But he's not telling everything. So he may know a description of something, right? You understand what's going on in your family? King knows some things, but he's not telling it all, right? All right, let's go a little deeper into King's spread. It's the ancestors. Clarity. Into the situation. Yeah. They know. He knows. Family. King knows. He knows. I'm going to say this, family. You see this stranger in the stud of the Mars? See, because King is foreign. King is foreign to Isaiah, okay? So what I mean is they don't have really a close-knit relationship. She doesn't have a close-knit relationship with King, all right? It's a fading relationship that's going on in here. He could have said something, right? And referenced something, right? Is why the relationship is not, you understand? He keep a distance in there, right? But here's the unaccustomed feelings in here, right? Here's the suicide, which is the self-harm and this violence. So King in here, see, is suicide because he's keeping this violence and the sacrifice quiet. So it's suicide on his part, but he also know about the self-harm within this violence. They know. So King knows about the sacrifice. King knows about the violence that went on in that sacrifice. King is not telling everything. You see the clothes and how he educated himself on some things. So King knows about some things. He knows. You understand? You see the triumph the evil and the suicide, see, it's self-harm in here. Not only that he's doing, right? But I got to look at the self-harm deeper into the suicide and the self-harm, right? The self-harm that he's doing with this violence, because he's not telling everything. He's hiding some things, right? So along his path, he also experienced some unaccustomed feelings as well. Okay. All right, let's go. Let's go a little further in here. Clarity. Ask the ancestors for clarity into the messages. Yeah. He know all about them secrets. He knows, family. Here's a perpetrate, right? So King is in there doing fraudulent things too. Ancestors say he's evil back here because he's hiding some things. You see the dark, hidden things in here, right? And he's successful at it. The violence is what he's hiding, family, okay? He hiding some things. That's the self-harm on King's part. You understand? That's suicide. The suicide lets me know that you don't have to commit suicide, but it lets me know that you're doing some harmful things. I know that you is the cause of some things in here. See, King is doing some self-harmful things in here because he knows some things, right? He knows some fraudulent things, and he's a part of some fraudulent things. He's being evil because the ancestor says he keeping the things hidden instead of letting the things come to the light, all right? You see the corruption in here along his path? It's corruption in here with the dad, right? And the unaccustomed things in here. They're not telling everything. So King is in here doing corruption with the dad, right? That's here in the justice system. That's in the judicial system. So he done corruption in here, right? Corruption, too, is going along somebody's path and knowing some things and not telling it. That's corruption. Corruption is if you move something from one location to another. That's corruption. The corruption is if you know and you can help, but you don't. That's corruption. All right. Let's look at the secrets. I got secrets on top of secrets. Here, I got secrets in these clothes. Here's the secrets regarding the clothes. You understand? So he know, right? He educated himself on something regarding the clothes. You understand? So King knew some things about the clothes, whether that wasn't the same clothes the girl had on that day, whether the girl changed her clothes, whether they may have made something look like, oh, she took this and that, that is missing, but it's really not, because maybe she was wearing that, but they took something else to throw somebody off. See, they know about some secrets in here with clothes. Here's the prosperity in here, all right? They were successful, all right, at doing something with the clothes. He knows that. He educated himself. So he was vigilant of some things. King was vigilant of some things. He observed some things. He knows some things, all right? He even was on the path of this father in here when I got to look at the corruption of this dad and the unaccustomed feelings. So the stranger back there in the Mars, so I got to look at him being along the path. So he actually knew, witnessed, seen some things, but he not telling it all, right? Why? Because he don't want the government officials on him. All right, I'm going to go deeper into this, ancestors, into these clothes and secrets. Ancestors, clarity into the secrets on the clothes. Here's the nude, right? Here's the nude. Here's the violations. Yes, actually stripping someone down. The nude, the violations. Nude just tell me about violations. People could be stripping you of everything, right? Your innocence, right? They could be kicking you, punching you, doing whatever they want to do to you because it's violations. That's what the nude tell me. And I got to look at the secrets, right? The nude and the secrets in these clothes, right? Was she actually nude? Clarity, ancestors. I'm going to go a little further in this nude and the secret and clothes. Ancestors. Clarity. Got secrets on top of secrets. Yes. Confirmation. Ancestors say yes. Confirmation. What I just asked the ancestors, you all can put that together, family. This is what's going on in here. And this man King, he knows. All right, let's go. Let's see. Let's look at the clean. I want to go into this clean. What is actually being cleaned up, ancestors? What is actually being cleaned up? He helped. He's the assistance. He helped clean something up. Whether you help clean up that area, help clean up something else, but you assisted. King knows because King assisted in cleaning something. Okay? He assisted in cleaning something up, family. So that's what's going on in here. You help clean something up, right? Whether you knowingly help clean something up or you didn't, but you cleaned something up. Here's the fraudulent things. That's evil. That's the fraudulent things in here. That's evil. That's wicked that you're doing, that you have done. See, that's the self-harm in here. That's the suicide in here with the violence because you cleaned something up. You hid it. You understand? Here's a triumph. You were successful at hiding something because you cleaned it up. You cleaned up evidence. You understand what's going on in here? All right. Here's the animal. Right? Fate and relationships. Here's a thank you in here. You're very welcome, ancestors in Isaiah. Let's look at the time. Could be covering up the time. Telling false things about time because you ain't telling everything in here. You are keeping quiet, right? You are stuttering about unaccustomed things. So you're not telling it all about the unaccustomed things. You're not telling it all about the violence, the self-harm and the violence. You're not telling it all about the sacrifice. You're not telling it all about the clothes. You're not telling it all about the corruption of this dad in here. You're not telling it all. All right, ancestors, clarity into the time. The ancestors for clarity into the time. I think King Spread told me all I needed to know about some things. Time. Clarity into the time. He know about, look at the time with the harsh things, right? Go a little deeper, family. Clarity. So he know about the time frame regarding harsh things, right? The slave. I tell you, family, sex slave, labor slave, right? Various things going on in here. Clarity to the time of the slave. He know about the time frame. He also know, I got to look at the wealth, right? And the harsh things that he knew. He knew about the time frame, but I also got to look at the money that's involved in here. So the wealth, right? Somebody giving King something, paying King off for some things that he knew. Okay, because he knew about the time frame of some things. He knew about the harsh mistreatment of some things. And now I got to look at the money. So somebody giving him something to not tell everything that he knows. You understand? Helping him out, paying him to not talk about the corruption of this dad. You understand? And the unaccustomed feelings that Isaiah went through. See, he's not telling all of that. He's not telling about the corrupt path of this dad and this dad in here that's in the judicial system for some things. He's keeping quiet about these strangers, these unaccustomed things. You understand, family, what's going on in here? He knows some things. All right, ancestor said at the end, he's evil. Why? Because he's keeping things hidden and he got the power to bring it to the light. But he don't want to be implemented in all this corruption either, so he keep quiet. All right, let's Okay. Everything I stated here in these readings, family, is allegedly. You all know that this is all on a spiritual level, family, right? Analyze the spread, the messages thoroughly, family, and you can put it together from what you all may know, what you all may not know, what may surface afterwards, family. You put it all together, but the ancestors done told us all what we needed to know about these individuals, family, and what's going on back there, and what they trying to hide and deceive from us. Now, I want to take another look into something before I wrap this up. I want to look at Jarvis Butts, right? He is the individual. He is the individual that they say is a suspect in Nazaria Harris' disappearance and all that is going on with Nazaria Harris. I asked the ancestors to give me confirmation into Jarvis Butts in his role in Nazaria Harris' disappearance. Jarvis. Everything that I'm going to say is allegedly going forward regarding Jarvis. All I'm looking at is Jarvis Butts and his connection into the disappearance of Nazaria Harris. Ask the ancestors for clarity into Jarvis Butts and his role into the disappearance of Nazaria Harris. Here's the assets, ancestors said. So not only do I got to look at the physical needs, right? I got to look at your physical needs, right? But I got to look at the quality of a person, right? I got to look at the quality into something. But I also got to look at, all right? Let's look at Jarvis. So ancestors. For clarity into the situation regarding Jarvis Butts and his role. It looked like somebody gave him a reward. Jarvis, somebody, I gotta look at the reward, right? But I also gotta look at the reward that he may be giving somebody as well. Okay? So pay attention to this, because this is money being exchanged. Right? The reward and the assets. Somebody rewarded somebody with some money. Okay. It's the ancestors. Clarity into the situation. All right. Now, this is on Jarvis, and we're going to look at his role in the disappearance. Here's the blood. So, this is the low vibrational things that Jarvis is in here doing, family. This is somebody been hurt, harmed, injured, could be deceased in here. Here's the victim, right? Yes, it said look close into this victim. Look at the distance. So, look at the traveling. So, I got Jarvis doing some harmful things to someone, right? And he is traveling and relocating. And I know that he relocated this baby. All right. Somebody gave him some money to complete something too, or to get something accomplished in here. All right. Let's just see. Ask the ancestors to reveal the messages regarding Jarvis. Reveal the messages. What's going on here, family? What's going on here? What's going on here, family? Look at mom and look at the employment and look at some harmful things. I got a mother over here. I got a mom figure, a mother figure. right, at this employment. And I got some harmful things going on here as well. Okay. Here's the partner who's having fated relationship here because of this victimization. Here's the genocide. Here's some rebellious things and to traveling. So you travel somewhere to do this genocide. It's rebellious, the ancestor said, right? I tell you, family, when people be doing rebellious things, they be sexing, killing, stealing, whatever. They don't care, right? You're going against nature, doing some things in here. So you're doing rebellious things in here. The rebellious things you went to travel to do was do this genocide. So I got to look at Jarvis, right? And what he traveled to do and the rebellious things that he traveled to go and do in here. Okay? I got to look at this partner also, right? Doing some harmful things. I got to now look at the fate in relationships. So you could be having a fate in relationships with a partner because of, for whatever reason, all right? Disputes, arguments, whatever is going on in here. But whoever this partner is a fate in relationship. It's off and on again relationships. Why? Because he victimized someone, all right? And not only do I got to look at him victimizing his loved ones or people he's supposed to have love for, but I got to look at him victimizing Nazaya. Now, here's the mom. Right? I got her connected as well to this employment. So I got a female connected to this employment as well. Right? There's some harmful things going on here. Okay. Let's go a little deeper. It's the ancestors. If you put all the spreads together, family, I'm sure it'll make some sense for you all. Ask the ancestors clarity into the situation. So here's the elect. So I got to look at Jarvis, right? Doing some low vibrational things, right? Singling somebody out, right? Even electing a partner. So he elected a partner that he got a fated relationship with, right? To do some things as well. But here's in this tower, right? He victimized somebody. 9 times out of 10, the tower is telling me about somebody's work life or their home life. He having a fated relationship also with somebody because of some things that's going on in his tower. So not just his home life, but his work life I got to look at, right? And him doing different things to victimize people, right? So he having fated relationships with partners in here, okay? Here's a stolen. So you took something, a thief, to take away. So you took something, right? And you traveled, someone or something, and you did some rebellious things in here, right? Let's go a little deeper. That's the ancestors for clarity into the situation. Ancestor said, yes, confirmation. You single somebody out, right? You single somebody out in here to do some harmful things. You are very welcome. Secrets on top of secrets. Ancestors said, yes, confirmation, right? Yes, confirmation. You single somebody out, okay, to do some harmful things, right? So you was elected to do some harmful things. Ancestors say yes, confirmations. Here's the sun. You were successful at doing some things. Here's a fate in relationship. So yes, you was successful about doing some things, right? Here in this tower, victimizing somebody. You were successful at doing that, but not only was you successful at doing that, but you had a fated relationship. That is correct. You had a fated relationship because of some things that you was doing in here, okay? In the home, in the work life as well. You see the psyop? I got to look at this mom playing the psyop, right? Psychological mind games in here. And he probably also plays psychological mind game. Here's the thank you in this at this employment. So he plays psychological mind games also. So this mom energy is going both ways, family. So I got a mom and his energy is switching from one mom to another. He plays psychological mind games with one mom in here. It looked like with a mother figure or mom in here. got something. Here's a thank you at this appointment. So he got something. He told, so you could tell somebody a story and you gain access to something, or they give you something, right? Here's a thank you in here at this employment, right? So you single this mom out to do something harmful. So you actually single this mom out. You got something from her, but you utilize whatever you got from her to do something harmful in here. This is what Jarvis did, okay? But not only that, all right, I have a mom in here who knows some things too that was going on at the employment, okay? Now, you see the socialization, the dance just tells me about the dance. Yes, the socialization. Here's some secrets here, and here's the takeaway. So you took someone to socialize with them, but instead Jarvis did a homicide in here. You understand? You see this genocide in here? So he socialized with somebody's secrets back here, right? Rebellious things. Not only do I got to look at you doing rebellious things, but I got to look at the intoxication that's going on in here. Secrets behind this rebellious things that you're doing, right? So you took somebody, you travel with them, right? You took something, you travel with it, right? You told somebody you was going to socialize with them. It was secrets in this socialization, right? So you met up with somebody, you socialized with them, but you actually committed genocide in here. So that's secrets on top of secrets, right? So you was telling a lot of secrets, right? You was keeping a lot of secrets, but playing a psyop, right? Telling somebody, oh, I'm going here, but you're really not going here. You're going there. 1 second, Papa. You're really not going here. You're going there. You understand, family? So that's what was going on in there. Let me see what I want to tap into. Let's see this rebellious and this secrets, ancestors. Here's the body. Well, right? So you with the body is some secrets and the rebellious things that you did in here with the soul. You understand? So you socialize with this young girl, Nazaya, right? I got Nazaya over here, which you took somewhere, right? To do some socialization, but something happened in here. The dance and the genocide, ancestors. Clarity into the dance and the genocide. Oh, child. Here's the gifts. Here's the giving and receiving. So the moment of desire has come to share with others. So you can link up with somebody and tell them for whatever reason, because it's the giving and the receiving, but you coming together with someone, right? To do something, right? It could be to enjoy the moment, enjoy an occasion, whatever's going on in here. But see, the secret was that you really was coming together to do this. You understand, family? Really was coming together to do that. So you travel with this body here, right? Socialize with somebody, hooked up with somebody, but you really went to do this, right? That's why you took something and you traveled, and you took someone and you traveled. Let's look at the stolen in this distance, because I just want to see the secrets that's going on. So you traveled, distance and stolen, clarity into the distance and stolen, ancestors. I'm on live. You have to wait 1 second. Let's go into the stolen and distance. Guilty. Bingo. So Jarvis is guilty of taking something stolen, to steal, a thief, to take away. And if you're taking somebody too against will as well, that's a thief. If you're taking something against will, that's a thief. But the stolen just tells me, yeah, to steal, a thief, to take away. You are guilty of taking someone and traveling with them. Jarvis is. I didn't get this energy on nobody but Jarvis, okay? Allegedly. You took someone, you traveled with them, here's the body. You did some rebellious things. The rebellious things here is you came together with them, you socialized with them, and you did this in here. I got secrets on top of secrets, okay? So I got secrets in a secret location that tells me about secrets what someone is doing over here, okay? So he's guilty. He's guilty. You understand? He's guilty of violence in here. He's guilty. Traveling, doing violence. He's guilty of singling someone out and doing harmful things in here. The blood, harm, injured, could be deceased, right? Yeah, you're guilty of that. You committed genocide in here. So I got to look at you not just taking one soul, but many souls, 2 souls, 3 souls. You understand? If Nevaeh, if Naziah is pregnant, that is 2 souls. You understand? That's the genocide in here. So he's guilty of doing some things. Ancestor said, yes, confirmation. I got to look at a partner too that he having fatal relationship. Why he wanted to victimize this baby, right? Why he wanted to do some envious things in here to this baby. All right, because a partner that he was having fatal relationships with, and I got a partner who he was having fatal relationships with, he didn't want some things to come to the light, and the partner didn't want some things to come to the light. But also, he's having fatal relationships with his partner because he's been doing a lot of things, right? Victimizing people in various ways in the tower. So at work, at the home life, right? So he playing a psyop here on this mom as well. Okay, let's look at this. Let's look at the thank you and this employment. Okay, because somebody cleaned it up at the employment. All right, let's look at the thank you and employment. Because he got something out of this at the employment. Thank you and employment. Ancestors clarity onto the thank you and employment. Goodbye. Here's the goodbye right here at the thank you and this employment. So guess what? This is where it happened at this employment. Something more sinister happened at this employment. That's why I got all this evil energy, right? A lot more happened here at this employment than what people know. You understand? A lot more happened at this employment than what people know, right? So I have things that happen at the employment, even someone leaving, even you leaving with someone. Here's the goodbye. The goodbye is you could be going forever. The goodbye is you leaving. So you left this employment with the intentions or ill wills of doing something, victimizing somebody, or may have already started the process of victimizing somebody before you traveled in here. Okay. Let's look at the assets and the reward, ancestors. Clarity into this assets and reward, because I know that this is together. I got to look at him possibly paying somebody, right? Giving them a reward, money, right? For hush-hush. Clarity into the reward and assets. Somebody could have been paying him. He could have been paying somebody. Reward and asset. Look at that. Well, well, well. Here's the death. Right? Here's the death. The genocide back there. Here's the assets. Here's the reward. So you created something in here, right? Here's the death. So somebody paying Jarvis? Jarvis paying somebody as well? This death, it was a reward in this death. I'm just going to say that. So what I mean by this death and the assets and the reward, it was a reward in this death, which means that somebody paid somebody to keep hush-hush about this death. Somebody paid somebody to carry something out regarding this death. You understand? Money was paid in exchange for this death. it was arranged for something to happen, resulting in a death because something couldn't get out, right? Government officials couldn't have been involved. Government officials would have came in there and they would have jeopardized people's livelihoods as well. Took children away, stopped people fundings, right? Probably shut down somebody's employment. It's a lot of things going on in here in these spreads, family, that you got to go back and analyze and look at. Now, let's go further into this death and this reward and assets. Clarity, ancestors, into the death and the reward and assets. Here's the neglect. Here's the negligence, right? So the death was as a result. Okay, I got your ancestors. So here's the death, right? Somebody is paying somebody, right, to keep quiet regarding this death, right? But the death actually happened as a result of neglect, okay? The death actually happened as a result of neglect. So I got to look at, it was never somebody's intentions to actually kill Naziah, right? Naziah. It wasn't actually the intent, like the goal to go and kill her, right? But they wanted to conceal something in here, and because of their negligence, right, it resulted into a death. But now you got to cover it up. And now people is paying people to cover the negligence up, to conceal the death and to keep the death quiet. Okay? So Jarvis, I got to look at Jarvis. I got to look at what the ancestors is throwing out. Neglect and the death, ancestors. Clarity into the neglect and the death. So the death happened as a result of negligence. Go ahead, ancestors. So you're trafficking. You're taking someone and taking something or someone. So you're trafficking. You're taking someone or something, right? To do some neglectful things. And it resulted in a death. So I got to look at Jarvis taking this baby, right? He's a devil. Ancestors say he's a devil, right? He took this baby doing some neglectful things and caused this death, right? So what could you have possibly been doing in here to the body, to the soul, to the giving and the receiving, right? The gifts, this baby, this pregnancy. So you try to conceal this pregnancy, right? You were so negligent in here, right? So you were so neglectful, right? It's negligence in here. You were so negligent in here that you caused the genocide of not just one person in here, right? The giving and the receiving, because you didn't want some things to come out. Clarity into this body, ancestors. Clarity into this body and genocide. It's a warning. So I'm getting a warning about this, right? So the ancestors is telling me, right, about the lifespan and the living conditions of this soul and the genocide. So somebody neglectful ways, right? And I'm taking her from one place to another and doing some neglectful things. It caused the death, right? But not only that, not only did it cause the death, but I also got to look at the reward, right? Somebody had paid somebody, right, to keep the death quiet. Somebody had paid somebody to do something resulted in a death. So you could have been taking this baby to try to abort the fetus in her, but it went terribly wrong because of this, right? So somebody could have gave you money to do this, to carry this out, right? But it went left. You understand? neglect. Clarity into this devil and the neglect. Ooh, ancestors want to speak. Talent. News message in or birth, family. So somebody in here, family, here's the talent in here. Somebody was very talented. They was very skillful, this devil, about how what they was going to do with causing this death and the neglect, right? The neglectful ways of someone causing this death. So I'm going to leave it at that, family. You all can analyze the spread. I'm not going to go into this case any further, family. I'm going to leave this case as it is, family. Right? We are praying for this baby's safe return. We praying for this family and this baby's safe return. So I'm going to lay this case to rest, family. The only energy I will be tapping into any further is a location, and I'm waiting for clarity and confirmation on some things within that. But I did give somewhat of some information regarding what I'm seeing in the location, family. You all can plug it in if you all know the area, right? Maybe I could go scout it out and see, right? But that is all that I'm seeing, family. So I'm gonna lay this case to rest. I'm praying for this baby, right? We're still praying no matter how things lay. We are still praying, right? But there's some things that's going on in this case, and we got people that is involved on a spiritual level, and everything that is being said is allegedly, family, because I have to say that. All right, family, you all have a prosperous day, family.